And by the way, we should not allow men to play in women's sports. So crazy.
The only way I will accept a trans woman, actual man who have XY chromosome, fighting a woman with XX chromosome, the only way I would accept that if she have to fight women and then the last stage leader or the last board leader is a whole Mike Tyson at the end. Like another video game, you're like Tyson Punch Out for Nintendo. When you fighting old men and you fighting all kind of fake characters, and at the end of the game you fight who? Iron Mike Tyson hit you one time, and you fall on the. That's the only way I could accept this. If the trans person last master is Mike Tyson in the wig. I'm sorry, man. This is low key domestic violence, man. What happened to violence against women? I get it's a sport. That Tyson reference was a joke, by the way, but still, I find that to be strange to me. What happened to violence against women? This is not fair, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Trans people should have their own thing going on. Let's just say hypothetically they had trans women and trans men competing amongst each other. Technically, it's still a man versus a woman, but I can kind of accept that because it's still trans versus trans. You never really see. Well, I could be wrong, but I don't really see there was a trans man who got into boxing who got beat up by an actual man quick. But you don't really see that. You really see the opposite. You really see men who are boys, born boy, grew up to be men, transitions to a woman, trans woman, and they enter women's spaces in women's sports. You see more of that than born girls who grow up to be women, then transition to trans men and try to enter men's sports. You don't see this. But I had to make this up, man. I had to make this up. I'm bugging out right now. I'm tired. I had to call this out. And the left is okay with this. They're okay with this. They're called everybody weird for y'all weird for calling that. Y'all weird for calling that out. Y'all weird. Y'all weird. Y'all weird. No, you're weird for wanting to fight actual women as a man. You're weird. That's weird to me. Yo, let's advocate to save women's sports, man. Donald Trump was 1,000% right. And anybody out there who have some sense, man, women, it's time to say, you know what? I was wrong for supporting this stuff. I support trans and their rights. That's perfectly fine because I support trans and their rights. But I don't support trans entering women's sports. Nah, I'd rather you say I'm a trans woman and still be in the NBA. Because you're still a man, technically. Because last time I checked, Brittany Griner shouldn't be in the WNBA. If you get what I'm saying. Right? Because the WNBA says Women National Basketball Association, WNBA. She identifies as what? Man. She has a child and she said that she's the father of the child, so she identified as a male or as a man. So by technicality, by their logic, she shouldn't be able to compete in the WNBA because it says W for woman. But here's the hypocrisy. They know she's not a man, so she gets to play in the WNBA. Because they know she's not a man, it's imaginary. So by that logic, if you're going to be a trans woman, born male, you should be able to play basketball with the fellas. Because technically you are male. But these women out here rather play imaginary land. So there could be a bunch of... What's stopping college basketball players who's about to go to the NBA? Like, you know what? I don't feel like going to the D League. You know what? Let me turn to Joanna Mans. And now the WNBA got like 10 number one overall picks in the same WNBA draft. Yeah, and you have 10 D League players, male. They'll be instantly... There'll be D League players amongst the men, but they will instantly turn to number one overall draft picks for the WNBA. So you get 10 men who identify as women, and they all 10 could be number one. The top 10 picks will be them. The top 10 picks will be all male. With our second pick, the Chicago Sky's draft Raheem Dickerson. Are you ready for Dick? Dun, 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 dun. That's what will happen. For our 10th overall pick, the New York Liberty select Jefferson Wiener out of Arkansas. Are you ready for Dick? Dun, 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 dun. That league will be hella competitive instantly. Y'all think Caitlin Clark and Andrew Reese is turning it up. Shout out to y'all two girls, by the way. These 10 dudes will be the new Monstars, like this. I hit him high, hit him high, hit him high. And you hit him low, hit him low, hit him low. That's how unfair it is. But with that being said, y'all, I'm about to be out. I'm tired, man. I think I'm about to go train and box again like I used to when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I got a chance fighting that trans woman.